Women at higher levels of consciousness, women that are at a deep level in their spiritual path, produce Amrita. This is a sacred liquid, and it is reserved only for men that are also in their path of evolution, that are also deep in their spiritual path, because a woman that is at a deep spiritual level and that is at a higher consciousness levels is not going to be interested in a dormant man or in a man that has low consciousness. Hi, I'm Myriam. I have been teaching and practicing yoga for 21 years, and that led me to a couple of brutal spiritual awakenings that transformed my life and changed it in so many ways. And now I'm here sharing the things that helped me along my journey through conscious manifestation, spiritual alchemy, and Kundalini awakening. So when a woman has transformed her life through the sacred seed, the Christ oil, the sacred secretions, know all about this in a spiritual evolution, a spiritual level, and even people that don't know, but they do these practices just because their body is calling them, somebody that has no knowledge of this, but they're still doing their things that are transforming themselves. They're going to purify themselves to a point that their body, their physical body, is going to be transformed, and what they produce, it's going to be at a higher frequency, including our liquids, right? The vaginal liquids, every woman has them. Every woman may have an orgasm and have a liquid, or orgasmic liquid, but it's not going to hold the high frequency, the purity, the elevation that a woman that has ascended, that is on a spiritual path, produces. This is basically the same as I have explained to you about how the Christ oil is transformed, how the sacred secretions are transformed. So it all correlated, it all comes together. It's like, think about producing low quality gasoline versus producing the purest form of gasoline. It's not going to give the same result on how your car performs. It's going to be completely different if you have a very low quality gasoline and you put it on your car versus if you get the purest form possible of gasoline. Your car is going to perform differently. So likewise, as we purify ourselves and as we purify our Christ oil, as we pursue deeper levels of consciousness as individuals, using our free will to transform ourselves, understanding that we are infinite beings and that we continue this evolution and that we develop this hunger for expansion. What's more, how can I hold more light within? It will transform us, and it will transform what our body produces, and this will produce in a woman that has followed this path, that has purified herself through all the things that we do to rise our Kundalini and to rise the Christ oil and to bring the sacred seed up, and all those things like meditation, sun gazing, connecting with nature, eating raw food, raw fruits, which are the form of highest frequency, highest vibration, introspective yoga practices, breath work, grounding, tree hugging. I mean, all those things that we can do as practice will transform the liquid that the woman produces. So her body, her whole body is going to be producing liquids at a high frequency, sacred. It's not that the rest of the people are not sacred, but it's elevating, it's embracing our multidimensionality and not living here only from the lack of awareness that we're only physical beings. We're not only physical beings, we are electromagnetic beings. Our consciousness is forever. The physical body may perish, but our consciousness, our awareness lives forever. We are eternal. So a woman that understands that and follows that path is going to be very selective if she even wants to have sex, because the life transforms, and she would only want to open for a man that is at her level of consciousness. So as a woman ascends, if you're on a spiritual path and you're a woman or you're a man, you're going to notice that you lose interest on the majority of people. They can be very attractive physically. You can know, like, oh, they look good, they have muscles, they have a good body, they have good features, but you won't feel physically and sexually attracted to them anymore. That is because you are vibrating at higher frequencies, so you're not interested in that. And sex becomes a sacred thing. The union becomes a very sacred thing, a very elevated thing. You understand sex not anymore as, oh, it's a physical need, I don't have control over it, to controlling your sexual energy, which has to do with this as well, and understanding that if you were to become into sexual contact with another being, this will have to be something that transforms both of you. And in this dynamics, monogamy is required and completely understood. If you feel that you cannot be monogamous, then you're not ready for this type of relationships, because this is an energetic thing that needs to be cultivated with the same person to build that trust, to build that connection, that intuition. You cannot grow it and expand it if you are having multiple partners. But this is the sacred liquid, and she will produce it for the man that knows how to unlock that. It cannot just be just because she's an elevated woman, she's just going to be having a fountain flow to you. It has to be with the right person that unlocks herself and unlocks her body. And only a man that has followed the path that she has followed will be able to have access to this sacred secretion, so that they both can expand and flourish sexually, like through sexuality. You can flourish individually, and you can flourish with a partner. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!